Hi, this is the Scientist Videographer, and today I'm going to be talking about how to make your science videos more appealing to viewers. Viewers quickly become bored with science videos that present only facts and figures. What holds their attention are stories about the scientists or their subjects. Most people have never met a scientist and are curious about what it is that we do. By including human interest topics, your video will appeal to more viewers and put a human face on the science story. But what are some human interest angles scientists can include in a video? One of the easiest ways to insert human interest is to show where you work and describe what it's like to do research there. One of the best ways to see mangroves is by kayak. You can get into very tight spots that a larger boat cannot get into, and also you can be very quiet, and often you see animals such as manatees that you normally don't see when traveling in a boat because they make so much noise that it scares the animals away. If there is something unusual about where you do research, be sure to point it out.
There's some buoyancy to this marsh. See it? And I'm going to walk away from here, and then everything will rebound. So.
Talk about a challenge you faced and how you overcame it. Describe how your curiosity led you to a discovery. Explain what you like most about science or your research topic.
It was very interesting to get into mangroves. I didn't know what they were the first time I went into a mangrove forest. I was in my third year of my first degree, and we went on a field trip. And the very first time we walked in, I had to be told how to walk into a mangrove, how to not fall over, and the whole ecosystem was just so complex and yet so unique. And the interactions between the plants and the animals really inspired something in me to get into mangrove research.
Talk about scientific integrity and how you strive to avoid bias. You can also describe something interesting you saw or experienced that allows you to express your enthusiasm for science.
Well, we're in the inner delta of the Okavango Delta system in Botswana. And I've been in many wetlands all over the world, but this is the first time I've seen a megafaunal animal like an elephant in a wetland environment. You can see he's crossing the river right now. It's just absolutely incredible experience to see an elephant in a wetland. Just amazing.
Describe skills required to be a scientist in your field. Describe a failure and what you learned from it. Point out the challenge of finding funding to conduct your research.
In science, it's important not just to ask questions that we know have a purpose. It's important to understand as much about the natural world as we can just to understand it. And I always like to say that because if you limit science, funding for science, what we choose to study, to things we already know are useful in a specific way, then by definition you're limiting the discoveries that we can find out about new things that we don't know are important yet. So that's just to say that studying ecology in general, trying to understand how ecosystems work, is very important in itself, and studying coastal ecosystems is particularly important for a lot of reasons related to conservation and services they provide to humans.
Show how your research is helping a local community cope with a health or environmental issue or the impact of a catastrophic event such as a hurricane. Have resource managers, farmers, doctors, or other end users of science information describe the importance of your research to them. By including human interest stories, your science videos will appeal to a wider audience and also hold the viewer's attention. This is the Scientist Videographer. Thanks for watching.